What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and I wanted to do this PSA or this informational video on telling people, please stop thinking that Hertz is going to be coming back from the dead. It's not going to be able to come out, even though whatever lawyers and bankers and investment potential people are saying this company has filed for bankruptcy. It is more or less likely the shares are going to be delisted and the overall company will lose basically next to everything. They are again looking for a bankruptcy loan for nearly $1 billion to kind of hold them over. I don't know exactly what that exactly means. I don't know if the bankruptcy loan could get this, but that being said, the company has been hit again very hard within the overall market. You will look here at the charts in a second. I'm just being very careful in telling this to people that, again, anything can happen, but this company has already filed for bankruptcy. There's so many things weighing on top of it, and the SEC has halted this multiple times for a lot of issues, and the SEC needs to really kind of jump in here and kind of say, hey, we are looking at the documents here and their balance sheet and their loan requirements that are paid, and there's no way this can happen, and it's going to really potentially hurt a lot of investors who are buying stock or buying options into this, thinking there's still life in it. I know that they have to put their own life in their own hands in the sense of the market, but that being said, this is just a very strange time, particular for a stock that is literally saying that they cannot make their any of their payments. You have one of the largest investors losing $1.8 billion, Carl Icahn, getting out at 75 cents, things like that. This is, again, it's a very slow death here for Hertz. They're most likely going to have to file for bankruptcy completely, be restructured, and potentially could be spinned off by a private equity firm within 2 or 3 years once things start looking pretty again for them, and downsizing and really getting more nimble and gonna get rid of some of the fat. So let's go ahead and jump to the chart here again. There is some really strange options activity, which we'll look here in a second. We're going to be using Tastyworks, which is a trading platform that I use for options trading, which again, if you're interested, there's a link down below for an affiliate link. If you sign up, that'll be fantastic and support the channel without a doubt. Okay, so with Hertz, this has been a roller coaster. I wouldn't even call it a roller coaster. This has just been an earthquake, and a hurricane and tornado all combined in the sense of earth-shattering news. Again, filing for bankruptcy basically towards the end of May. You see this overall huge gap down. Okay, this is when, again, Carl Icahn comes out saying, Hertz is worthless, I lost $1.8 billion. Boom. Huge middle finger here, right there. Again, the middle finger is that FOMO trade between the overall volume here on the blue is going to get a middle rung, huge rung, and then another middle rung, and then the rest are just small. Then we have another middle finger here with the huge FOMO mentality once we got a lot of news regarding people potentially with the pandemic and the virus being canceled. You start seeing the airlines coming back. This was maybe a resurge of people within Wall Street Bets or Robinhood novice investors on just trying to get in here to get a quick trade, potentially turn their $2 stock into a $10 stock. I don't know what their thought process was. Even though it's filing for bankruptcy, it kind of had a huge pop up, basically to nearly $6.25. Again, that FOMO mentality has died off, even though on the back of some bad news. Then the Hertz was trying to come out to potentially do a stock offering of nearly, I think it was well over 250 million shares, I believe, which that didn't go very well, and that's been basically put to the side, and now it's just been continually downtrending here, looking for lower prices here. The 5 and 21 have kind of broken through the 21 here. So the 5 and 8 have broken through the 21 here, continue going downside. We have the parabolic SAR has switched to the top here for potential more downside pressure. So then let's go ahead and jump to the options activity. We kind of see here that we normally look for the two top trades here. So this was kind of strange to me. So I saw the 5 call and 5 put. So this is usually someone going out. Again, this is for the 17th of July. So this is, again, the monthly expiration for the following month. Purchasing 3,800 of these contracts. I found it kind of strange, so I kept on looking for the number of trades and I moved it to 4, and then I saw this very strange activity here. So this trader, you can see both here at the time of sales times, purchased these very large straddle options. So if you're not familiar with what a straddle option is, we can kind of look here and pull over the Tastyworks here. And this is the platform that I use for trading. We are currently on the 17th of July 2020 contract. So what we're potentially looking at, what this individual or trader is doing, is he or she is buying these calls and puts for, again, that straddle strategy. So if we look to the overall analysis of this, again, we want to move this. The 7 contract was 3,000, yeah. So we want to put this as 3,000. There we go. Move that. Boom. Oh, not 300. 3,000. So this is looking at a $1.6 million bet or max loss of this potential play. So this individual is looking for a potential extreme swing lower or extreme swing higher. Looking, again, only giving himself a little bit of time and an overall profit of 66%. Again, looking for the potential downside of $1.30 or below. This individual trade could make a pretty substantial amount of money if it starts printing lower and basically the options becoming worthless. And at the same time, if it goes the completely other direction, he's protected to the upside for if the calls really rise up in price. If, again, something positive comes out of it and you have like a Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, Warren Buffett basically donating their wealth into the company, I could see this back up to $20 or $15 within this time frame. That being said, just be very mindful of that. So again, they did the same trade here at the 7 and at the $5 strike price. So we can clear this order, look here back at the table, and we can do the same thing at the 5. We're going to analyze on the curve. Again, the same mentality here. We want to do this a little bit higher price here. So we do 388. Again, that's going to be even out to the same number. This is a $1.3 million bet. So this guy's basically betting $3 million on a potential swing higher or lower. Most likely, I'm guessing, further to the downside rather than to the upside. That's just my opinion on that matter. But that being said, this could be a pretty whirlwind move here, again, for Hertz. Again, no one has a crystal ball, and this particular trader or hedge is basically looking for a relatively, I wouldn't say it's safe trade, but it's something that could work its way out to potentially getting further to the downside, but then also for the worst case scenario, it could potentially protect them to the upside as well. So that is a very interesting trade that we saw here within the thinkorswim sales order here. Potentially, again, to kind of show you here, the 5 and 7, both these calls looking at here and looking at the same exchange, looking at the same time, so these placed at the exact same moment. So this particular trader is looking for that huge swing between higher or lower within Hertz. So looking here again at that $9, $10 limit, again, that's well below above its 200-day exponential moving average. Potentially, if everything, like we talked about, all those billionaires donating their money, we could see that price up here, but the overall trend, as looking at the charts, is continuously going down. And we pop over on the weekly side, even before the pandemic, this stock has just been trading sideways and doing next to nothing. And sadly, this company most likely will fully go through with bankruptcy court and maybe get restructured and get spun off into a private equity firm, or potentially we might see it on the market again, maybe under a different name. We'll see. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've learned something, that would be great. If you could like and subscribe, that would really help out the channel. A couple things down below. We have a fantastic Discord chat that you can join completely free. We do different various topics, and then a lot of people talking about different trading ideas, coming to different sharing of charts, news, anything related around the stocks and the exchanges and options. Then we also have a Patreon page if you want to join that as well. That directly helps support the channel. And then last but not least, we have an affiliated link with Tastyworks here if you want to sign up and start trading options and also stock with them. Check out that link down below. That helps out the channel as well. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.